Hi, this is Sherry. I'm coming at you from my patio in Canyon Lake. I'm sorry I didn't get down to the lake today, but I was talking online with several friends actually. We've been doing a lot of spiritual work today, so it's almost like 6 o'clock I think right now here. So I'm going to be doing a reading here, and I was asked to speak about the dove. But there's so many messengers that have been coming today. The dove totem is speaking about slowing down and pausing and taking a breath and relaxing. And the dove represents harmony and peace and love and soulmate connections. It also represents finding something that has been lost to you. It's interesting, the segue into the next messenger, which is the cobra. And the cobra, I did a post on it earlier today, and the cobra is so deadly that the venom is thought to be so deadly that to have it breathe upon something would kill it. So the first message that comes to me is danger, right? Pay attention. The snake itself is transformation, transmutation, talks about past life connections. It talks about the infinity symbol, which is also to do with soulmate connections. It talks about your higher knowledge. The snake is about healing. You know, as the snake sheds its skin to replenish and renew. So it talks about rebirth, which has to do with many things for us in a physical sense as well as a spiritual sense. We're constantly shedding the old to make room for the new. We just had a full moon last night where we released all that was no longer what was necessary for our lives or what we wish to carry of ourselves. And we're letting that go. So that was the message for the snake shedding right there. But the cobra, it started to make me think about it segued into just regular snake, and it made me think about the other time when I was walking outside and I heard this screaming, and I went down and I saw the snake that was squeezing this little rat, and I thought, not on my watch, and I shoot it away, and it was long. It was like 6 feet long, the snake, and or 5 feet anyway. Ooh, that makes sense. 5 big changes. Which I'm going to just pop in really quick. Mercury retrograde just is wrapping up. Thank you, God. But that's a time of looking at things from the past, right? Everything coming back forward. People have been reviewing their lives. People from the past are going to be coming back into your life, possibly. All kinds of stuff with Mercury retrograde. Things from your family coming back up, your family history, lessons that you have thought you had learned, and you had to look at it again, and maybe people are showing up and you're wondering why is it there again? I've already done my work. I don't want to look at this, but it's literally to show you how far you've come, or maybe there's some things that you hadn't dealt with, or so that you could put an end to things because of the full moon. We're saying goodbye, letting go. But anyway, that snake, I was squeezing this little rat, and I thought, I don't care. I understand, people say, oh, it's just nature. And I thought, well, not when I'm watching. I don't watch. I can't allow animals to die in front of me. I just can't. So I looked at the snake, and I found out it was a corn snake. And a corn snake doesn't kill with venom. It slowly squeezes the animal to death. And so it brought to me a mirror of something that was happening in my life and in the life of someone I love. And it was like somebody was squeezing the life out of somebody, holding on too tight or not allowing them to be who they wanted to be, and literally was squeezing them to death. And this little rat was crying for me because I was up here, and it kept crying and crying. And it was funny, I didn't know that they made that kind of sound, but I went hiking down the hill to find it, and I saved it. And it's like somebody is crying out to me because someone is squishing the life out of them. So it talks about a snake in the grass also, right? That there was a snake in the grass. So all of these things started going off today, about, if something doesn't feel right, it's not. Trust your intuition. If something feels fishy, if it feels like something just isn't sitting right with you, there's a reason for it. And for me, I've got such an imagination. I'm gonna write a book. I swear to God, because of the messages and the dreams and the signs that I get are so intricate and so detailed, and and they come from so many sources, and I have so many mirrors showing me this. It's like a fun house. I'm seeing all of these mirrors, but I've now realized that that's exactly what they are. They're mirrors. They aren't the actual event or person or that I'm being shown, but mirrors of a situation so that I can understand what's happening in my life. So. But the snake in the grass somebody's not coming from a place of integrity. Somebody's coming from a place of deceit. I kept getting that. There's deception around. Somebody's being untruthful. Somebody needs to step forward. And I was getting very confused because I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And then I hear, finally my higher self kicks in. You know, I turned off the radio. I turned off the computer wouldn't come on. That's interesting. The computer would not come on. It wouldn't turn on. And I thought, okay, Spirit doesn't want me to be distracted by something. I'm getting distracted. And so that was a loud message that these mirrors that have been coming to me are distracting me from the reality of who they're showing me to, who this actually is, right? It's just a mirror. So I have the radio. I went and turned it off. The computer wouldn't come up, and that was just Spirit doing that. So I started to listen, and I started to hear my higher self, and my higher self said, look, if you don't understand something, and if it isn't clear, crystal clear to you, wait. Spirit is always clear. Spirit is always concise. They're always consistent. They don't go sideways, you know, up, down, and sharp turns, corners. They always go steady the same way. They give you the same consistent message. If something's going to change, they're going to make it very loud, and it's going to be very clear to you. But I've been getting the same consistent messages for 2 years, right? But I've been getting mirrors because I've been asking what's been going on, because I haven't been able to see what was going on behind the scenes. So I was being shown behind the scenes. But don't allow yourself to be distracted. If somebody is coming, if somebody feels like, ooh, it makes my skin crawl, or it doesn't feel right, back away. And when Spirit wants you to understand what it is, they'll make it very, very clear to you. There won't be any confusion. It'll be very, very obvious where it's coming from. So that was a message for that. I didn't think I was going to go on so much about snake. Isn't that funny? Here we were talking about taking a breath. But anyway, that's how it works, right? So I'm going to let you guys, I guess we're going to look around and see what other messengers come. But what we're going to be working with today is Tony Carmine Salerno, which is, I'm sure you guys know by now, one of my favorite authors. My book is so, it's so beat up. You can tell how much I use this one. I love it. The Crystal Oracle. That's another thing. Did you guys put all your crystals out last night in the light of the full moon to charge? You can still put them out tonight. There's still a lot of energy left in it. But I had mine all out. And crystals in your life are so valuable. They're so powerful. The healing that you can get from them, and the messages that come from the crystals themselves. If you're being drawn to a certain crystal, look up the meaning of it on Google. I love Google. I'm in love with Google. I swear to God. There's so many messages that you can get, from animal totems to everything. So if there's something that keeps coming to your mind, or you see it, there's a reason for it. Spirit's giving you a message. So look it up and find out what the metaphysical or the spiritual meaning is, because it's most likely something that you need, or there's a messenger in that. Okay, so the first card that we're going to get, let me see, I've got several. It's Beryl. It's a green stone. And Beryl is talking about an ongoing problem or dilemma is soon going to be resolved in an unexpected way. We've gotten this recently. It's such a beautiful stone, isn't it? It kind of resembles emerald, but it's more translucent. So what they're saying is, when this problem that's going on is resolved, there's going to be a decrease in anxiety that you've been experiencing, which is definitely me. I have had this. I've been very anxious about this situation because it's been very confusing. So through a series of, probably interrelated, but how do I say this? Unconnected, but interrelated. Like, everything is connected in a sense, but it's going to be bringing about the resolution to an issue. And through this, they're saying that there's going to be pathways that are going to be opening. Pathways that we didn't know that were there, possibilities for our life. And as the current situation gets resolved, we're going to let go of feelings of regret, of guilt, of, oh, I shouldn't have done this, or I should have said this, or why did I do that? Because we beat ourselves up a lot. We're on our own ass all the time about, things didn't go right. And I just got a bird just totally squeaked right when I said that. So I beat myself up a lot. I hold a very high standard for myself. So I'm sure most of us do. So we're going to be able to let go of it, because we're going to realize that this was just really self-sabotage on our part. And we are going to realize that we have had the ability, like I'm just starting to realize now, the ability to see things and that we didn't realize that we had. I'm realizing now that I'm having mirrors, that I see them in every part of my life. And the more that you tap in and more that you realize how Spirit's working with us, the more they bring it. And the more connected I become, I mean, it's fascinating to me how I mean, I'm talking about, I could probably list 6 different people that are literally having the exact same scenario of what's going on in my life. I've gone to movies. I'll give you one movie, Zootopia. It's a kid's movie. I took my grandson. I'm going to buy it because it's my life. Like right down to the names that they gave me. It's crazy. Spirit knows what to do. And there's so many messages. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I went and saw Civil War with the, what is that? The, you know, the superhero. And I'm not really into that, but I went with my grandson. Whoops. And it gave me a ton of messages. And there's messages in that. I went and saw, what was the other one? Another superhero one, Batman versus Superman. And there's so many different things that they're giving me, scenarios, that there's so much to learn from. But while we were sitting there in the theater, there's a few movies coming out, and I can't remember what they are right now, but there's a lot of spirituality being brought into the movies now, and to show us that this is not unusual. The way that I connect and the way that I see life and the way Spirit brings messages to me. This has been done for past centuries. You know, the Indians were very, very tapped into the animal messengers and to messages from Spirit. And these movies are coming back out now, and they're fascinating to me. That they're going to start showing people that, you know, ones that I know that have been have had these awakenings and have been connected to the messages and signs and energy from Spirit. People have thought that they were losing their mind. I've had friends that have been put in mental hospitals because they've had this awakening, and they're hearing things and they're seeing things and they're connecting in a spiritual way to the point where it freaks their family out, you know. And now they're starting to wake up, and this planet is starting to realize that, you know, this is a way that we can tap into our higher selves, and we are connected. This isn't weirdness. What's weird is not accepting that and not recognizing our connection to that. So anyway, that kind of just flew in there. But this Beryl, the last little, I'll give you another look at it. It's went down on the ground. Maybe I won't give you a look at it. Oh, there it is. Here. It's talking about reduction of stress. Resolutions, new possibilities, and potential. Okay, so that's coming from that stone. The next message that we get, oh, I love this one, Selenite. So Selenite crystal, it talks about telepathic communication and the ability to speak to ones who aren't in our physical presence. I communicate telepathically in my dreams. I do in... like every night, I have full-on discussions. I'm talking to my twin soul, and I'm literally asking questions, and he's answering me, and it's amazing. But we can do it with anybody. Really, what they're saying, you know, it's possible to connect on a soul level, to bring about love and healing. I send love and healing. I'm supposed to speak about this. A Reiki cocoon. I don't know if you guys have spoken about this, and I'm sure that I'm a Reiki master, and I'm a healer, and a lot of people don't like us giving freebies out there, but, you know, that's what I'm supposed to do, right? It's my job too, but, you know, this is my path more importantly, is teaching. So what I do every night is I ask the angel of Reiki to come, and I ask for myself and my twin to be wrapped in a cocoon. I have my arms around him, my wings, I wrap around him, and I bring my 2 cats in because they're our kids, and I wrap us in this Reiki cocoon, and I ask for healing, a Reiki healing, and I ask for it to go in through the crown. And as it goes in through the crown, this is going to be this healing Reiki energy, and it goes in through your crown, and it's gonna go through your entire body. It's gonna go through your organs, through your skin, through your thought processes, through everything in your body. You're gonna ask for the Reiki healing to sit in your organs for an hour. It's percolating. I always open it up with the Reiki symbols to add more power because I am a Reiki master. But you can just ask for healing. You know, Spirit will always bring healing when you ask. So after an hour, we're going to ask that it be flushed out. So as it goes, it's taking away all the impurities. It's taking away all the, you know, the negative thinking, the negative energy. It's flushing away impurities in your body. It's flushing away pain or dis-ease. I call it dis-ease, any kind of dis-ease, because anything in your body is actually a physical manifestation of what's going on in your head. That's why you can cure cancer, because it's negative thoughts that you're holding on to, right? It's anger, sadness, what's the word? Bitterness, and it eats you up from inside. So it's let that go. Otherwise, you're gonna get yourself sick. That's why people can heal themselves from that by thinking positive, and it's a fact. So you ask for that to happen, and as it exits your body, I mean, I literally ask it to take away the cellulite on the back of my legs, and it's been happening. I mean, I work out too, but cellulite is little pockets of disturbance, right? They're little pockets of anger and worry that's held onto you. And my daughter says, no, they're not, Mom, they're little pockets of fat, but whatever. So it's flushing out. So once it flushes away, all it leaves behind is this healing, loving energy. So I'm asking for that for my twin and I, because whatever he's going through when he's not with me, I don't know what it is, but the Reiki energy knows where to go. It knows what he needs.